Hey, Jonathan here. Stretching before or after your workout? This is a big debate, and this video will be revealing some of the myths. And it's really important you get this one down because if you screw this one up, new research and studies have shown that if you choose the wrong type of stretching and the wrong timing of when to do it, you can actually see a decrease in your athletic performance and your ability to jump, so the power you have with your movements, for up to 24 hours. And to add it on top, you can also experience more injuries. But on the flip side, if you do it right, you can experience an increase in your athletic performance. You can experience less injuries, and you can experience more flexibility as an extra bonus on top. So first, we're going to talk about two main stretches. The first one is static stretching. Most of you know about static stretching, where you're basically just holding a pose. So if you're going to go down into the splits, you're just holding a pose and you're holding a static position for periods of time, 10, 30 seconds. And the other one is dynamic. These are the two ones that we're going to talk about. There's a couple of others, but we're just going to focus on these, where you're basically taking your joints through a range of motion and doing light movements to reach that full range of motion and to warm up the body. So the first one, static stretching. Now, just a little story from me and my brother. I remember growing up, we grew up in East Texas in a small town called Greenville, and I remember when we had training, well, of course, probably most of you guys experience this too, where everyone tells you that you need to be stretching before each of your workouts or before your training. So before any of our sports or anything, our coaches always make us all huddle up and do stretches together. We do them for at least 30 seconds or a minute stretches, and we would do them for a really long time. And I didn't really think anything about it until when we went to college at University of Dallas. We actually had a really cool coach. His name was David Hoffman, and he was our college soccer coach. And he did something different. He did something unique. He said, because I was going to do some stretches or whatever, regular static stretches. And he said, no, you guys aren't doing that. We're going to do something different. He said he'd done a lot of research and he'd been really scientific with it. And he came up with this warm-up protocol that he said was the best that anyone could ever create. It's the best one. He's done his research. And it didn't involve any static stretching. And that kind of threw me off for a little bit. I was like, no static stretching. I've been doing this for years. But no, we didn't do any of it. It was just basic, like some movements were even kind of weird. And then I might share with you some of them later or maybe in another video. But it was fascinating. Now fast forward to now, and we've been getting a lot of questions about, when's the best time to stretch and all this other stuff. And so we did some of our own research, and it was fascinating. What we found in the studies is that static stretching, which was long thought to be, the pinnacle of a warm-up, that you should be doing that before each workout, that it's actually doing the opposite. It's not helping you with your athletic performance. And studies show, we'll put links to them in the description, that it actually hurts your athletic performance by holding long static stretches for up to 24 hours after doing them. So our coach was right. We did the research and he was actually right. He didn't do any static stretching because it was actually bad for your physical performance. So what you should be doing is dynamic stretches. So the second one that we talked about, and that's actually what Coach Hoffman, that's what he was having us do, is some very specific dynamic stretches. And these have actually been proven to help your athletic performance, because what you're doing with dynamic stretches is that you're just warming up the body while you're also taking your joints through a good range of motion, so you're getting prepared for your exercise, for your workout. So for stretching, save that for after. If you do it after, you can do static after your workout, after your physical thing, and that's been shown to help, especially with certain people. It's been shown to help with flexibility. But before your exercise, you do not want to do static. Just avoid it. Now, if you've been doing it for a long time, just gradually break your way out of it, because you might have developed some habits where you've been doing static for a really long time. So it's good to just slowly transition, but transition out of that, because you're going to see an increase in your athletic performance and your overall physical performance by adding in the dynamic stretches and taking out those static ones. Now, that's just one protocol with your stretches, really important one, but there's there's more than 2 different types of stretches, and there's also different types of movements and mobility moves that you should be getting down if you want to, have a complete mobile and flexible, supple body. And so if you want to get started with that, we have a really great 5-minute morning stretching routine that incorporates some dynamic stretches and a few other things that you can get started with to help energize you and increase your mobility in the morning. And we've gotten great reviews over it so far. And you can get that absolutely free. So go in the link in the description and you can pick up and download that 5-minute mobility session absolutely free. And then afterwards, we'll go more into our Double Your Flexibility program, which we'll talk about later. But anyway, do that now. If you have any more comments or questions, be sure to put that in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and we will see you in the next video. See that pasty ginger right there? Flexible though. Yeah, there we go. Flex, flex. Subscribe, subscribe. You want to get flexible? There we go.